So this is my VA, Eva's end of day report. Feel free to pause the video and read through it, but what I want you to notice is all the things she did that you or I as agents or brokers would normally be doing on our day-to-day as business owners. And on top of all of that, she was able to get us 3 new inbound leads, 2 qualified buyers, 1 seller inquiry on a property worth over $2 million. And here's the crazy part. I did not post today. I did not check my DMs. I was not even at my desk. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build this for your own business. So stay with me because there is one part of the system that does more heavy lifting than everything else combined. And honestly, most agents never figure it out. My name is Joseph Gonzalez. I'm an American real estate agent living in Portugal, and I'm the founder of Omni Agent Digital. I've had the pleasure of coaching over 10,000 agents across the US and Canada, and I'm super excited to share with you what we've been working on. So for the past 2 years, my VA, Eva, and I have closed $14 million per year in real estate sales. All organic, all from Instagram, 0 cold calls, 0 paid ads, and 0 door knocking. I'm not saying those things don't work. It's just not what we've been using here in 2025 and 2026. And in 2026 alone, our active pipeline has reached 68 million euros. And this week alone, Eva just reported to me that our system generated 12 qualified leads worth 6,650,000 euros. And these were all sent to agents on our network, and not a single cold call was made. All of this came from a system that my VA runs every single day while I'm focused on closings and talking to leads or building important relationships. And I want to be clear, I'm not telling you this to impress you. I'm not that type of person. I'm actually telling you because through Omni Agent Digital, I'm now placing agents across the US with VAs trained on this exact same system that we use every single day. And I want to show you whether it's the right fit for your business. But before I do, let me tell you who this is not for. If you're just starting out in real estate, this is not for you. Not yet anyway. If real estate is not your primary income, this is not for you. If you're looking for a shortcut that does not require you to commit to a system, this is not for you. And I say that respectfully because we are selective. Eva is literally on a call right now training other VAs, and she personally trains every VA we place each week on new tools, and we only work with agents who are truly ready to implement. Now, if you're a full-time agent doing at least $100,000 in GTI per year, this is exactly what you need if you want to continue to scale your business without you doing all the work. If you've been meaning to post on Instagram or TikTok consistently for the last 6 months and keep putting it off, this is for you. If you've hired a VA before and it did not work, this is for you. And in just a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly why that VA failed and why this is different. And if you're tired of being the agent who's always chasing the next AI tool, writing captions, responding to DMs, following up on leads, and somehow also finding time to close, this is absolutely for you. Now, let me show you what this looks like in real numbers before I explain how it works. This week alone, the system that Eva implemented sent over 12 qualified leads to agents in our network. Combined value, 6,650,000 euros. 1 week, 12 leads, 0 cold calls. All legitimate people looking to buy or sell. Olga, one of the agents using our system, generated a $1.5 million buyer from a single ManyChat keyword trigger. Her VA had been running for 6 weeks. The buyer commented on one of her posts. ManyChat responded automatically. The VA qualified the lead. Olga got the hot flag. She jumped on a call. They signed a buyer agreement, $1,500,000 from a comment on an Instagram post her VA posted for her. Another agent in our program hit 1 million views on a single reel. All organic, 0 ad spend. Just yesterday, I got a text message from a buyer with a 1 million euro budget. He's already decided that his location is going to be in the neighborhood that I actually work in. His funds are ready. Flights are actually being booked in the next 3 to 7 weeks. No cold call, no ad. They found us with the content that our VAs post consistently every single day. We also just took a 6.8 million euro luxury villa listing just down the street because the seller found us through Instagram and really liked what we were doing. This was not through referral, not through an ad, through actual content and people enjoying what we're posting. And on our own account right now, we have 2 buyers scheduled to view a 2.9 million euro villa and a seller who reached out about an 8.95 million euro estate in the Golden Triangle in the Algarve. Keep in mind, that's actually 3 hours away from us, so that's going to go to another agent as well. This was all organic, all from Instagram, and we haven't really even started posting YouTube videos yet. And that's something that we're working on, so your VA knows how to do that to generate even more buyer and seller leads there. So that's 68 million euros in pipeline in 2026 from a system that runs while I'm not even at my desk. Now, let me tell you if you've had a VA before and why every other VA has failed for you. Most VA agencies place a generalist, someone who can answer emails and maybe post on Instagram if you write the caption first. And then you spend 3 months training them on real estate, explaining what a buyer lead is, showing them how ManyChat works. And by the time they start delivering value, if they ever do, you've spent more hours managing them than you would have if you just spent that time doing it yourself. That's the problem with other agencies who are placing a generalist VA in your business. We solve this by doing the exact opposite. Eva trains every VA we place before they ever touch your account. Instagram content, ManyChat flows, lead qualification, AI automation, daily reporting, and the specific real estate psychology that turns a cold DM into a warm buyer or seller conversation. Here's the great thing. Your VA arrives ready. You give them secure access through a tool that we use, and they start on day one. Here's how we find your VA. Eva sources candidates who've already been trained and vetted by large companies. These are people who understand systems. They understand deadlines and professional standards. We put them through a multi-round interview process, English comprehension, an SOP test to see how well they follow instructions, and a final interview with Eva before they ever meet you. Then they go through Eva's real estate specific training, which they're going through right now as we speak. They learn about Instagram, ManyChat, lead qualification, AI tools, and daily reporting. Only then do we actually introduce them to you. You meet them, you approve them, and if at any point is not the right fit, we find you a replacement. That is our guarantee. And on top of some of the things you're probably going to want your VA to do, here's exactly what your VA does every single day based on what we're training them on right now. Every day they start with content. They pull from your content calendar. They take your raw footage or approved templates. They write the caption. They schedule it. Your account never goes dark. Then they move on to ManyChat. Every keyword trigger that fired overnight gets reviewed. Every lead that raised their hand gets a response within the hour. Not tomorrow, within the hour. That's because your VA knows exactly how to set up the automations. Your VA qualifies that lead, asks the right questions, logs them in your CRM, flags the hot ones so that only the DMs that need your attention are the ones worth your time. Then follow up. Every lead that has not responded in 48 hours gets a nudge. And if you're a broker, every agent in your agency that you've sent leads to gets updated on those leads, and you also get an update as well. Every open deal has a status until it closes. And at the end of every working day, you get a report. What was posted, how many DMs came in, how many leads were qualified, who is hot, who needs follow-up, and what your VA is doing tomorrow. You review it in 5 minutes, and then you move on with your life. Now, here's the part that I think most agents do not expect. Your VA is not just running your Instagram. They're running AI tools on your behalf every single day. Claude for scripting and content strategy, ChatGPT for captions and follow-up copy, Gemini for research, Artlist and other music tools for licensed music on your reels, and a growing stack of tools our team is testing and implementing every single day so we make sure you know and are updated on the tools that you're going to need or your VA will need. Now, you yourself do not need to know how any of them work. You do not watch tutorials, you do not set up accounts, and you certainly don't spend 1 hour figuring out what prompt to use. And here's what makes this really powerful. When you come across something new, a tool you saw on Instagram or TikTok, an AI use case you heard about on a podcast maybe, you do not have to figure it out yourself. You just send it to your VA or to Eva. Our team reviews it, we test it, we decide whether it fits the system, and if it does, every agent in our network gets that update as well. That's the main difference between hiring a generous VA and joining a network. You're not just getting one person, you're getting a team that is constantly improving the system, with ideas coming in from agents all over the country, so you never fall behind on AI without ever having to focus on it yourself. Now, let me handle the objections I know you're thinking about right now. You're probably saying to yourself, I don't have time to manage a VA. The great thing is, you don't manage them, Eva does. You get a 5-minute report at the end of the day. That is your entire involvement. Of course, you can add anything that you want, but for us, that is how we think you can be involved in the process. You might be saying to yourself, I'm not good with AI or tech at all. And the great thing is, you don't have to be. Your VA handles every tool. You just show up, have real conversations with real leads, and close. And if you've had a VA before, you're probably saying, I've had a VA before, and honestly, it just didn't work. I already said this before, but I think it's worth saying again. It's because that VA you hired was a generalist, and ours are not. They're trained on our exact system that generated 12 leads worth 6.5 million euros in a single week. That is not a promise. That is already happening in our business, and we want to make sure that you understand that. Another question you're probably asking is, will this work in my market? Well, the great thing is we're actually working with agents in markets across the United States right now. Instagram works everywhere buyers and sellers have a phone, and I think you would agree, they all do. And here's the last thing that I want to say. Whether you end up working with us or not, the one piece of advice I can give you is this. Never expect results from a system that has not already proven those results for someone else. And here's the thing our system has 68 million euros in 2026, 12 leads this last week worth 6.5 million euros in 1 week, $14 million last year. Olga's $1.5 million buyer in 6 weeks, 6.85 million euro listing from an Instagram DM, and Alejandra's 1 million views on a single reel alone that brought in lots and lots of leads as well. So here's the thing, we're selective about who we work with. This call is not for every agent who watches this video. It's for the agent who is ready. Not eventually, not someday, but ready right now. The agent who's full-time, the agent who's making 100K, and the agent who is ready to scale their business, but know that they need some help. And if that's you, that's awesome. The link to book your VA strategy call is in the description down below. And on that call, what we're going to do is we're going to look at your market, your Instagram, your current production, and we tell you honestly whether this is the right fit or not. And if it is, we map out your first 30 days and get your VA matched and started. And if it's not, we tell you exactly what needs to happen first and when to come back. Either way, I want you to leave the call with a clear plan and nothing to lose. The link is below, and I look forward to seeing you on the call.